You ever wake up tired and you haven't even done anything yet? Not, I slept 6 hours tired. I mean that deep, heavy tired where your body is in bed, but your brain already feels like it lost a fight. You open your eyes and the first thing you feel isn't motivation, it's dread. And then you look at your to-do list, emails, deadlines, gym, dishes, that call you've been avoiding, and something weird happens. You don't do it. You just freeze. You stare at the ceiling. You pick up your phone for a second. And suddenly it's 40 minutes later, you've watched 5 videos, your brain feels even worse, and that voice shows up. You're lazy. You're wasting your life. Other people handle this, why can't you? But stay with me, because in about a minute, I'm going to name the one hidden symptom that proves you're not lazy at all. Your brain might actually be protecting you. And once you see it, you'll stop trying to discipline your way out of something that isn't a discipline problem. All right, let's talk about it. Because most people misunderstand burnout so badly that they accidentally shame themselves into deeper burnout. They treat it like a personality flaw, like a moral failure, like you're a bad person who needs to try harder. And that is the exact opposite of what's happening. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Burnout doesn't always look like someone crying in a bathroom at work. Sometimes burnout looks like procrastination. Burnout looks like unopened mail. It looks like ignoring messages from people you love. It looks like lying on your bed with your laptop open, cursor blinking, and your brain screaming, "Just start," while your body refuses. And the worst part is you're not even enjoying the rest. You're resting with guilt. You're relaxing with anxiety. You're scrolling with shame. Lazy people don't usually feel shame for not doing something. Burned out people do. So let's make one thing clear right now. Laziness is often, I could do it, but I don't care. Burnout is often, I care, but I can't. And if that line hit you in the chest, this video is probably about you. Now, before we go further, quick zoom out. If you've been feeling this way, it's not just you. A lot of people are running on fumes right now, pretending they're fine until their brain forces them to stop. So if you've been thinking, why am I falling apart when everyone else is functioning? A lot of them are not functioning. They're coping, they're masking, they're running on emergency mode. Now let's get into the psychology. Because burnout isn't being tired. Burnout is a nervous system problem. It's what happens when your system learns this pattern. Effort, stress, no real recovery, more effort, more stress, still no recovery. At first you push, you drink more coffee, you hype yourself up, you tell yourself, once I get through this week, I'll rest. But the week ends, and another week starts. So your brain adapts. And this is the part most people don't understand. Your brain is not designed to make you successful. It's designed to keep you alive. So when your brain starts associating effort with threat, it doesn't give you motivation. It gives you resistance. Psychologists sometimes call this a threat response to tasks, when even small tasks start feeling like danger. And that's why you can do easy dopamine stuff, but you can't do meaningful effort. Because your brain isn't asking, is this important? Your brain is asking, is this safe? Now here are the 5 signs you're not lazy, you're burned out. And pay attention because sign number 3 is the one that makes people think they lost discipline, but it's actually your brain waving a red flag. Sign number 1. You can do easy dopamine, but not real life. You can scroll, you can watch shows, you can research the perfect routine. You can even reorganize your room at 1 a.m. like you're starring in a transformation montage. But you can't send one email. You can't start the assignment. You can't return the call. That's not laziness. That's your brain choosing relief over effort because it's low on fuel. And the moment you try to force effort, your system pushes back. Sign number 2. Rest doesn't make you feel rested. You sleep, you wake up tired. You take a day off, you feel foggy. You finally sit down, and you feel guilty for sitting down. This is what I call recovery debt. Your body is lying still, but your nervous system is still on. You're not recharging, you're just paused. And here's a quick mini test. If you get time off and your mind instantly fills it with worry, pressure, and self-criticism, that's not laziness, that's overload. Now, sign number 3. This is the one people misread the most. Sign number 3. Small tasks feel weirdly personal. Someone says, "Can you just fill out the form?" And your brain reacts like they asked you to fight a bear. You open the form, you read the first sentence, and suddenly your chest feels tight. You feel irritation, you feel dread, you feel this urge to escape, so you close it. And then you hate yourself for closing it. This happens because burnout often comes with executive dysfunction. Your brain's ability to start, plan, and prioritize gets weaker under chronic stress. So it's not that you're choosing to be lazy, your brain is struggling to initiate. And if that's you, listen closely, because sign number 4 is the one that tricks high achievers the most. Sign number 4. You don't feel lazy, you feel numb. Lazy is chill. Lazy is, I'm choosing not to. Burnout is not chill. Burnout is emptiness with tension. It's that weird state where nothing sounds enjoyable, but doing anything sounds exhausting. You're not relaxing, you're shutting down. This is why you can sit there for hours and still feel drained. Because numbness isn't rest. Numbness is your system going quiet because it can't handle more input. Sign number 5. You have random productive bursts, then you collapse. One day you wake up and you're like, "That's it, I'm back." You answer everything, you do laundry, you clean, you hit the gym, you become a machine. And then the next day, you can't move. You can't think. You feel like you got hit by life. That's not inconsistency. That's your nervous system swinging between fight mode and shutdown mode. It's adrenaline and then a crash. Now, let's talk about the darker turn, because we have to be honest. Sometimes what people call burnout is actually something heavier. If you feel hopeless most days, if you can't feel pleasure, if you're withdrawing from everyone, if basic self-care feels impossible for weeks, that might be depression, anxiety, or something that deserves real support. And there's no shame in that. That's not a watch one more productivity video situation. That's a get help before you break situation. But for the huge group of people in the middle, still functioning, still showing up, still trying, but quietly falling apart inside, here's what to do. Because burnout is not fixed by pushing harder. Burnout is fixed by changing the system that's draining you. And in a second, I'll give you the one question that will permanently change the way you label yourself. But first, here's the recovery plan. Step 1. Stop calling it laziness. Seriously, words become identity. If you call yourself lazy, your brain starts acting like the kind of person who doesn't do things. But if you name it correctly, depletion, overload, shutdown, you can treat it correctly. Step 2. Build a minimum viable day. This is the day you do when you have nothing. Not your best day, not your comeback day, your minimum. Here's the template. One tiny body win. One tiny life win. One tiny future win. Body win. Water plus 5-minute walk. Life win. Wash 10 dishes, not all of them. Future win. Open the doc and write one sentence. And do this right now. Pause the video for 10 seconds and pick your 3 wins. Say them out loud. Your brain needs a concrete target, not a motivational speech. Step 3. Use the 2-minute start. When you're burned out, starting feels like a cliff, so don't do the task. Start the task for 2 minutes. Open the laptop and write the subject line. Put on your shoes. Type the first sentence. 2 minutes lowers the threat level. And once the threat drops, momentum has room to show up. Step 4. Schedule recovery like it's maintenance, not a reward. High achievers treat rest like dessert. I can rest after I earn it. But burnout doesn't care what you earned. If you don't schedule recovery, you won't recover by accident. Recovery has to become normal, not special. Step 5. Find the hidden leak. Sometimes you're not burned out from work. You're burned out from what you tolerate. A relationship that drains you. A job environment that keeps you on edge. Being available to everyone 24/7. Trying to prove yourself to people who never clap. So ask, what is stealing the most energy for the least payoff? Now, here's the question I promised. And once you hear this, you'll never call yourself lazy the same way again. When you imagine finishing the task, do you feel bored? Or do you feel relief? If you feel bored, it might be laziness. If you feel relief, deep relief, like you can breathe again, that's not laziness, that's exhaustion. Because only exhausted people fantasize about basic responsibilities being over like it's freedom. So here's what this all means. You're not broken. You're not weak. And you don't need a new personality. You need a new pace, new boundaries, and a system that doesn't punish you for being human. So pick one minimum viable day action and do it today. Not 5. 1. Then comment below. Which sign hit you the hardest, 1 through 5? And if you want the next video, it's about the psychology of high-potential people who self-sabotage right before things get good, because that pattern is way deeper than motivation.